Yo, what up YouTube? Welcome back to the video. Today's video is the first Gibraltar gameplay on ranked Kings Canyon. Now, I know you guys probably waiting for this video for a little while, especially for this ranked split. So hopefully this helps. Now, in this video, it will be a little bit longer. So, if you want to skip forward to the fights, please do so. Now, I will be pausing it here and there for certain abilities that I use and explaining why I use the ability the way I did on this map. Because this map has a lot of different buildings where you want to use your abilities a little differently, like your bubble positioning, your alt, stuff like that. So I will be pausing it, explaining pretty much map knowledge. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it's really helpful. And I'll see you guys in the video.
Bro.
Yo, what up, guys? So pretty much off this rank guide is the landing. Now, a lot of people ask, where's my favorite spot to pretty much land in Kings Canyon? And that answer is pretty much Cage and Market. Those are the two biggest spots I love landing, but also I like landing Hot Drop. Hot Drop's absolutely huge to do. On KC, the reason for that is I feel like it's good to get early KP. Um, I don't necessarily recommend landing on like three to four other teams. I recommend a good 50-50 or at least landing close to two other teams that are 50-50 and then easily third party them. I feel like it's good to get early KP for the reason of how small the map is. You never really want to fight in between because of how many third parties you're going to have to fight. So I recommend getting your kills early so you don't attempt it the fight middle of the game. So I actually get really lucky, get a wingman with a purple heavy mag, and all three of these guys are all in the same building. So we get lucky with this. We get the outside loot, which I feel like you should have better loot than the people that land in this building. Now, this building can be a god spot for loot, especially in hot drop. So you got to be careful with that. But knowing that all I had to just land on pretty much one building to get loot, with one of them landing on one of my teammates. So we just play aggressive. We already had him hurt pretty bad. When I go out here, I realize there's a guy missing that just ran out that door, so I figured he's up top, and I was able to absolutely collapse him just because of where my bubble was. Great call out on my teammate. He said the guy was pretty much healing in the corner. I guess he finished healing because he tried to blast me, but I got him with the headshot. So go back with that bubble and explain that bubble really quick. That bubble wasn't intended for climbing up, of course, but whenever you get map knowledge and you know that you can easily climb up and still have some room when you climb up, it's absolutely huge. So that bubble, I was able to use it as a defense and make it an offense pretty much because I knew that he climbed up because there's nowhere else he could be. I walked out and I saw both my teammates on the platform. They weren't even shooting at him on the ground or anything, so I figured he was up top. I climbed up for free. Just because of my bubble being there, and I knew as long as my bubble was there, I was able to climb up for free, able to do that. He was actually in the bubble, crouched in it, which is still huge, because if I was able to get up there, he was a little further away, I would have been able to crouch my bubble like he was. So that bubble is absolutely solid to use, even after its intended use, which was just defense, make sure we didn't get shot at, to protect my teammates pretty much from that grenade as well. I'm a bot when I speak. Sometimes I can't help it. But we're able to use it from that and then use it a different way as well. So whenever you throw your bubble down for a reason and you feel like you didn't use it right, you still might be used for that bubble. So just always just try to use the bubble as long as it's up. And it's only up for 12 seconds, so try to make the most of it. All right, so right here, this is always rotation. If you ever land containment, you always want to rotate over here. The reason for that is that hold right in front of me, that little, I guess, the vault that you can blow up with nades. Now, I didn't check it because my teammates already went through it completely, and I didn't use a light mag anyway. So, switching up to a massive wingman, a little risky. I feel like this should be more of like an M&K thing. I don't why I think that. I feel like M&K players are a lot better with wingmans, of course. There's probably going to be a lot of argument with the whole aim assist thing. In general, I feel like M&K players are going to be a lot better at one wingman. But as a Gibby, I feel like wingman is solid. Of course, mid to long range, it can also be good, really good in the bubble. And to follow it up with the Mastiff, it's absolutely huge. And if you're wondering why I'm running in the walls, it's simply because I'm trying to eat at the same time as run, because I'm a bot. But yeah, Wingman Massive, it's solid to use. Wingman PK is also good, but I always recommend a faster shooting shotgun when you're using a single fire weapon, even if the Wingman hits pretty hard, shoots pretty fast. I always just recommend it in general. All right, and this is the time where you can kind of vibe out. You really don't need to push anything. I have 2 KP already, which is good on this map. Again, going back to the KP system, and why I feel like you should get kills early is because if you try to actually gain RP and not like sometimes like, how we're going to play in this game, you don't necessarily want to play like that all the time. If you want to gain
Yeah, who taught me
RP
not
all
to
the
double, bro?
time,
I
gain
took
KP,
I
whatever it
took him
is,
because I took him.
you always
I don't
want to
know.
try to get
I
kills
don't
as
know.
early as you
No.
possibly can, kind of like you used to
Yeah.
with the
Player
old
telling the player not
point
to fucking
system.
bubble, or the player
Um,
listening to the kid.
and then try to get
I know.
placement. The reason for that is
I
this
think
map's
I'm
extremely
gonna die, so-
small.
No, you wouldn't.
If you try to fight in the middle of the
Oh,
game,
word.
you know,
I would've
you're
been
going to
good.
get third party immediately. There's no question about
Now,
it. There's
what
going to be
happened
more than just
after
that one
No
team.
idea. But
Dude, I would've lived to heal
Now
him,
there
but
are there
if
going to
I
be
had
chances
healed,
where it won't just be
every time
that.
I died, there's no recovery
It's
damage
just going to be that one team. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I wouldn't
the Rockets
recommend it.
did.
All right, so right there, if you saw at the for a split second,
Yeah,
there
so
was a
it's
Gibby
safe
ult in
on
the
every
distance
side.
on in
No,
cage.
the Ash ended up getting an angle on it.
And it's
Yeah,
a good spot to hit
Yeah.
actually. So if you don't have kills already, I recommend going over to Cage. Cage is always going to be hot if you're that desperate for kills.
Yeah, but they haven't
It's also is a good spot to like pretty much hold high ground too.
Just looking at it, too.
So always think of it that
I
way
felt like I
as
had
well.
like 19 eyes on me, bro. I was like,
But yeah,
You did.
just focus
You
on
totally
kills
did.
really early on this
Well,
map,
hey.
and then try to focus on placement. This map
They
has a
decide-
lot of areas where the end circle, there's a lot of different buildings and stuff. So you want to try to hold those buildings down as quick as possible, and not have to worry about trying to get there late when there's other teams
They
there.
went up top, I saw
All
them.
right, so this alt, you're always going to do this alt that I throw right here. You always want to throw it in that middle platform, and you always want to throw it in the dead center just because it forces everybody off the ultimate height, which is these zip lines.
Grab it off the
It
right.
forces them all the way off, and if they try to just jump down to the next level below me, it's still going to go through these like little holes up here, and they're still going to demolish by it. Now we're going to absolutely ignore my wingman shots right here because I don't know why I have the 2x on it. Some people can use the 2x with the wingman, far distance. I'm a bot lord. I can't do that. I never used it enough to actually figure out exactly where the bullet drop is. So yeah, I'm just gonna just drop it. There's no reason for me to have it. But again, going back to that alt,
I heard Loba. Around
pretty
us, be
much
careful.
you always want to throw it on Cage. If there's a team up height, you always want to throw it on
There
that
is a
middle
low
platform
ball
so
below
it
us,
hits
so-
directly in the center, and you guys can easily collapse on it. Now, there's no reason for you to stay outside, throw it and not push. If you want to push, you throw that alt, you just have to just immediately just attack it because you have to get ready for them to drop down this level. And more than likely, they're still going to get hit as they drop down that level. So be aware of that,
Grab an
and
ammo.
just try to use your alt in this situation. So if a lot of people always ask, what do you use your alt for? And a lot of maps, just use it whenever you feel like it's necessary. But on this particular map, if you're at Cage, you want to use it for the sole purpose of taking advantage of this height. If you ever get forced off of it, keep your alt so you can always take it back over, or you can just throw it right on top of you and your teammates if a team tries to push you and just get to a corner and pretty much start taking it back. If you get hit once by your alt, if you get hit by once by the other team, I just recommend taking it back and just accepting that you're going to get hit a lot, but it's going to help your teammates out as well. So try to save your alt if you're going to fight in this area.
I did just run up.
And this is a good this is a good area to hold. This is why you want to hold this area because ultimate height on Cage is absolutely the best thing to hold. And this is why we like landing here so much because we're really comfortable fighting here, and this is why we also like rotating because we're really comfortable fighting in it. I think I said that twice. We're not gonna worry about it.
They might try to Ash TP or some stupid shit.
We're holding multiple angles. That's why I'm holding this back angle because my teammates are in different angles of the building, looking down. Missed opportunity on a guy healing right out in the open right there.
Honestly, I'm down just to fight them. I think we're better than they.
Just gotta wait for this
Tim's call out. I think we should fight him because I think we're better, and that's 100% factuals. Right there, I'm just gonna get ultimate height immediately. Drop back down, help my teammates their bubble, so I know I'm safe just in case they try to like rush me. Bangalore's absolutely a demon. Whenever you shoot at her, she just runs for like 20 years, and you can never catch her. My teammates absolutely pop off while I'm trying to chase a Bangalore. Perks of having really good teammates, honestly,
Broker, hard broker.
and the perks of them having a really good teammate that can aim really well, aka me.
She went down all the way.
But yeah, right there, like my first instinct whenever they start to push was immediately just grab height. Because if you have that height, you can easily just peek them on height, keep that advantage, because you always want height in this game, no matter what it is. Alright, have gold bag, good thing they kept resing. If you're already resing, just go ahead and keep resing.
More.
Even if your Gibby has res, gold back, I should say, because you never know when another team's going to come. And again, a third party coming immediately. And as a Gibraltar right here, I'm going to stay in front of my teammates. There's no reason for me not to. You have the most health on the team. I was fully healthy. So that's why I stepped in front right there.
Doc low, one shot.
Now there's just one guy
That
left.
makes no sense.
Absolutely get pooped on. Mr. Quickser. And death from above right there. Easy. So right here, this is the biggest miscommunication ever. Tim calls out self-res. I heard the self-res too. So someone on this team has self-res. And we find out it was a very awkward situation where the Valkyrie actually has self-res. A big oof on our part.
You hit res.
Alright, so right there, that's 2 thirsted. So now we know it's a 2v1, and Quick has, again, he has full armor. And I can go and take a res. He gets absolutely dumpstered again. GG's, Quick. So the awkward thing right here was simply, whenever we made that call out, Quick never said that he had a self-res. So Tim and I both heard a self-res going off. So I immediately stopped thirsting the Valk to go hurry up and thirst whoever was self-resing. We didn't know it was Quick at the time. So Valk was actually the only one with self-res, and I was actually going to thirst her. I feel like I didn't have enough time, so I stopped trying to thirst her, and thirst the guy actually self-resing.
Sorry.
Miscommunication. So you always want to communicate, yo, I'm self-resing. Just so your teammates know that your self-resing did not focus on you at all. Just let you do what you think, and they can just focus on whatever they're doing. So if you have self-res, immediately call it out, yo, I'm self-resing. That way they don't go near you, try to res you, and get confused like we did right here. So again, very awkward situation. Also, a quick tip, I didn't do it right here, but if you have a blue shield and there's like a broken purple and you have a lot of boxes around you a lot of time, you just kill the third party. More likely there might be another third party, but right here we feel pretty safe. You should always take that shield swap, that broken purple, just swap it and slow heal it with cells or something, because there's a lot of bats, a lot of cells in these boxes. Go ahead and take advantage of having the better armor. Eventually I find a fully healthy purple, but it's not good to sit there and wait around to find that purple. Just go ahead and grab it, take cells, because more than likely that's going to be closer to the red anyway. Right there, we both dropped a bat for our teammate, because Tim and I both had 7 each, and he only had 2, so it just makes sense for us to drop him, make him have 4, and we have 6. But again, whenever you res your teammates like that, and they're both low, step in front, make sure you're taking main focus. That's your main job as Gibby, is taking main focus at all times. There's no reason for you not to. So that's why, in that fight back there, that's why I stepped in front right where that pole was. I still kind of played safe. Right here, again, playing safe. Even though I have that arm shield, I still want to be able to head peek like other characters do. And that's the best thing you can do as Gibby. You don't always want to think about, you know, you have that arm shield. You can just stand out in the open and just blast. Right here, I have perfect cover. There's no reason for me to take extra damage, and I'm just going to peek it. So, again, last fight when I was behind the pole and cage, I immediately stepped in front of it. But I was still going right behind it after each shot to make sure I don't take as much damage. But I'm still trying to keep main focus. Again, I can't stress enough, that's your main job as Gibby. You want to be that main focus so your teammates can stay healthy. Because you have more health, so you might as well just take the most damage and let your teammates do as much work as possible.
We can creep the fucking bloodhound though. True.
And it's kind of like your support role, in a way. Especially if you're not the best player on your team, or even if you are, and your teammates are still solid. Even if they're the booty cheeks. You want to try to take that main focus so they're able to make plays. And if they're not as good players and they're still trying to learn the game, you taking main focus, taking a lot of damage, and then catching angles, they start to learn to play around you, and you guys get better as a team, which in return they get better. So just try to think about it that way.
I have a G7. I don't know what it is.
As we all know, I'm really good at the wingman, so that's why I keep holding on to it, because I'm so good with it. And my shots are just crispy. That's why I have 2,867 damage, 100%. Right here, we're pretty much chilling. There's no reason to do anything. Already have max KP. Max KP is 5. So I already have 5 KP. Absolutely chilling. We have high ground advantage. We're in circle. Now we're rotating to the building that we want to hold. Because we're trying to think about exactly where the circle's going to end. Now, this upcoming fight, I am going to pause and explain exactly why I place the bubble the way I do. I haven't paused, like I said in the intro, I haven't really paused as much as I said I was going to, but right here, this bubble, in this building in particular, how people hold this building is they always hold the top part. You know, you go up these stairs, and there's the next stairs right here. So they always hold that. Whenever you throw your bubble, either throw it in the corner like I did, or if I go back, you want to throw it a little away from the stairs. So my thought is, so right here, whenever I throw it right here, I can get up top on top of them. If I knock both of them, I'm able to still hold the bubble just in case the third comes in the top door. So if I throw a little back here, now I can completely go up this whole staircase, stand up here and on top of the middle, and I can easily just pop out and shoot them behind cover, and they cannot shoot me the entire time I'm coming up here. So they will hold this high ground and look down at the staircase every single time. So you as a Gibby, you do not want to run up these stairs without throwing bubble. You always want to throw bubble in these kind of buildings. And these buildings are all over the place on Kings Canyon. So throw your bubble exactly right behind this so you can easily go up, or right here if you know you're going to take that fight easily. And I do so right here. So I throw bubble in the corner, climb up, immediately get protection, I shoot once, and yeah, every single time I'm shooting, I'm going inside. Even though he's not doing anything to me, I am making sure I get behind this just in case.
Down 37. One down low. Got him.
Absolutely destroyed. The other guy trying to crouch in it.
Knocked her.
Now I'm playing aggressive.
31.
Last guy pretty much left.
Broke her.
Get him low, broke him. And now we have this building secured. Why am I doing a finisher? Don't worry about it. I was trying to get my shield back. I was feeling crispy after that bubble play, honestly. Doing bubble plays like that, you kind of get a little... You can feel a little frisky because of how good of a push it was. So again, in these kind of buildings, these buildings are literally everywhere. Try to bubble when you're going up those staircases. If it's in the corner so you can get this height advantage like I did, or, you know, throw it a little back behind the stairs a little bit, so you can go up freely through the bubble. Without getting shot when you're going upstairs, free through the staircase, I should say, without getting shot at. Then you get in the bubble, and you have a lot more room to work with than I did. But I was planning on the third to eventually come in the doorway, and I should have been able to crouch at a very close range to the doorway so I can play it. So that's why I threw bubble the way I did, because I was trying to be extra aggressive.
No, Tim, get out of there. They're looking right at you.
Right here, I was panicking. I didn't know that was a solo Valk. I had no idea. I was just like, yo, there's a whole team in there, bro. I don't know why we're trying to push it. But it was just one guy. I was just in panic mode because I thought we already killed her. But again, that whole bubble, like the way I did, that's the difference between being aggressive and being extra aggressive. And my bubble positioning was just to be extra aggressive, which sometimes that's how you want to play, especially if you have good momentum. Like right now, we have 6 kills. I have 6 kills, 2 assists, and currently 4 squads left. I just have great momentum, so I'm going to be aggressive in the pushes that I do. Right here, note that solo. Even though it's a solo, I'm still going to play it somewhat safe. I'm still going to ADS. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm still making sure we all get KP. That's why I'm not trying to get in his face, blast him out immediately. I still know that it's a free kill for everybody, just in case someone's not max KP. Now they can be. So if you guys have a free kill like that, try to share it. Don't go like too crazy on like getting knocked, of course, because just in case a third party, but still try to be considerate with your teammates and try to share the KP. Right here, we go to third party as fast as we possibly can at market because they're fighting. And there's no point in to push it because they pretty much already won the fight. They have like, I guess, one guy left and they have high ground advantage. That would just be a dumb pushing us, and we have circle, so we might as well just stay over here and wait for them to push us.
You can shoot clusters in the air and hopefully you hit them over there.
Right here, I'm just pretty much just chilling because I know my teammates will easily call out that they're coming over. And again, we have the advantage. We have the height if they try to come across. And you're about to see what we're about to do in a split second. We actually take different angles, which is a smart thing to do. When you're on a 3v3 situation, you can take different angles. Just make sure as a Gibby, you try to be in the middle of it. That way you're a bubble away. It's kind of like how Wraiths play. A big Wraith tip is always be a Q away from your teammates, where you can just Q and immediately get to your teammates. With Gibby, you make sure you want to be able to be like pretty much a bubble away. You can pretty much throw a bubble on them, slide jump into it, just in case you need help, res, whatever it is. So that's why Quick has the high ground. That's why Tim's to the far left. That way he can always just cluster him whenever he gets that opportunity to. And that's why I'm pretty much in the middle, behind the truck. That way I can either go straight to Quick or straight to Tim whenever they need help. And right there again, I'm just stalling, seeing if I need everything I need. Which I don't need anything else. I'm just literally just waiting for them to try to push forward, because that's what they need to do.
I saw Valk just now. They might Valk ult.
They try to Horizon up, and they absolutely fail at it. I go ahead and... Actually, I don't throw a grenade. I thought I'd throw a grenade right there, but I do not. They absolutely failed that. The reason they failed that is because Quick actually did some decent damage. Skynade in the air. Hit him for 100, and that was absolutely huge right there. So one guy knocked, we're at a huge advantage. Tim gets knocked, and again, my role is immediately bubble. And the reason why I bubble behind them and make sure I'm closest to the front of the bubble as possible, that's in case they try to push us, I'm able to immediately step right in front and blast them for it if need be.
This guy's one right here, Tim.
First time I hit wingman shots the entire game. We won the game right there. Absolutely just, yeah. It wasn't the craziest ending, but it's still a really good 3v3. Really good Skynade. And you want to throw those Skynades like that. I knew exactly where they were. They didn't want to move that much. He fuse ulted right when I grenaded, so it was absolutely, it went crazy. And then that, again, that res right there at the very end. And the reason why I threw it back so far, again, you want to make sure that when you're fighting those 3v3s, you want to be able to res your teammate at the front of the bubble, so you can immediately stop and just have protection immediately, and just pop out and shoot them and go right back in protection, just in case you need to do that. So that's why I threw the bubble the way I did, instead of right on top of them, right on the middle of them. That's why I threw it so far back. But all around, a really good game. We popped off 15 kills as a team, 2,200 damage, 1,700 and 1,500. Absolutely banger of a game. 4 revives given, so I was out here being a reviver. That's what you need to do as Gibby, and especially if you have gold back, you're on revive duty. Of course, whenever everything's safe. And at the right times. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it's really helpful. I know it's a little bit long, but you know, first game for KC ranked, and hopefully you guys honestly learned a lot from this. So hope you guys have a great day. And I don't know how many times I'm gonna say hope you guys, but hope you guys have fun in your next ranked game.